My child went no contact. Now, if you have a prodigal child, this is a very painful thing for you. Now, I'm going to tell you the first thing you want to do is don't blame yourself. Your child's an adult. They make adult decisions. And sometimes you will get into this false guilt of, what did I do that they don't want to talk to me? Now, I mean, if you're preaching to them every time they call, if you're telling them how bad they are, okay, they might be trying to avoid what you're doing. But if you're not doing that, and you're just really trying to hear their heart and talk to them and love on them, encourage them, and even though you don't accept their behaviors, they have a sense that you still love them, then they've made a decision. They made a decision not to contact you for probably several reasons. The first reason, and we cover this in the Prodigal Parent book and DVD, and that is being a prodigal is not between the child and the parent. It's between them and God. And they are pushing God away. They don't acknowledge him as God. Their thinking becomes confused. They become their own God. They want to have that, and that's what's going on. Now, sometimes what happens is they associate you with everything God, especially if you raise them in church or even some other religion, okay? But if they associate you with that, they don't want to be with that, okay? And you represent that to them. And so they're avoiding that. They don't want to live in a world where they don't get to do whatever they want to do and there's no consequences. They don't want to believe in a world where there is a moral universe, that there is a God, that they should fear him, honor him, serve him, and love him. They don't want to do that. So they make up a world where they're God and they can do whatever they want, and they can choose any beliefs they want, and they can have any behavior they want, they can have any friends they want, and they can do what they want. And you represent symbolically to them that that's not true. And so avoiding you is a way of avoiding the whole world view that there is a God and it's not them. And if they have addictions, that could be another reason why they're avoiding you. You're not part of that addiction world, whether it's pornography, sex, alcohol, drugs, cocaine, and even work. It doesn't matter what their addiction is. It could be food. That they don't want to be around you because really they want to be with their addiction. And their addiction really takes priority over their life, and it is the consuming variable. And if you're not part of that world, you're not a part of their world. And again, that has nothing to do with you. Their addictions usually started in adolescence and grew and eventually became where it takes them over. Okay? Another reason why they went no contact is because of relationships. They're in a relationship that you might not approve of. They might have several friends that you don't approve of. They might know that you don't approve of their entire lifestyle, which includes all of their friends. And if they're in a sexual relationship with someone, that sexual relationship is so chemically rewarding, so emotionally bonding, that they're going to forsake all others in the name of that relationship, and anything that threatens that relationship, they're going to cut off, and that might be you. And if the person that they're in a relationship sees you as a threat to their relationship because they know you don't approve, that person might be encouraging that as well. Like, don't talk to your mom and dad, because every time you talk to them, you're different, and you talk about how unhappy we are, and I don't want you to go through that. And so sometimes you're not privy to a lot of the conversations that are going on. All right, and so that could be another reason why they went totally silent on you. Okay, so that's super important for you to understand that as a parent, you are going to miss your child. As a parent, you want to be in contact with them. But let me share something with you. They're not children. These are adults. And yes, you miss your adult child, and I understand that. It's very painful not to have them in your life. But these are adults making adult decisions, and they want you to respect that decision. And sometimes they don't feel respected at all because they said, hey, I don't want to talk about this topic, or I don't want to go down this road, and you just barrel through it. And sometimes they have to you know what, I don't feel respected, so I'm not going to respect you. I'm not going to be in a relationship with you. For sometimes they're making boundaries for themselves because they want to protect whatever it is in their world that they feel would be unacceptable to you. And so they don't want you to have that look, or that they just don't want to go through that because they don't want to deal with what they feel like inside. Another thing is shame. They feel ashamed of their choices and their life. If you raise them in a way that was right and good, and they're not living the way that they were raised, they feel ashamed and small and humiliated. And if especially, if they're not having success in life because of all their bad choices, and other people in the family are prospering and growing and being successful, they can feel less than and shame about their lack of success because they're drunk and high and doing drugs and being immoral and doing crazy stuff. And they're wasting all the resources instead of investing them in building a business or building a savings. And so they have disciplines that are creating all this failure in their life, and they feel shame. And when you feel shame, it's not like, well, I'm doing something bad. It's I am something bad. It's not that you feel stupid. I am stupid. And when they have that kind of deep level of shame, and they really believe the messages that they are not enough, that they are not worthy, and they know that they don't measure up. They know that they have potential that they haven't tapped. They might have quit school or not taken a scholarship or not let you pay for their education that now they regret when they're 30 years old because they can't get a decent job. And so they have shame about the choices they've made.